Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Blaken. I'm going to be your instructor for Integrated Mathematics 1 or Algebra 1 at Mifflin High School this year. I just wanted to go over a few things about me and about my classroom. First of all, my name rhymes with Megan if you can't pronounce that. But for now, it should be sufficient to be able to type it. My email address is mrblakenmath@gmail.com, easy to remember, and I will check my email on my phone, so if you send me an email here at mrblakenmath@gmail.com, I'll receive it and be able to respond within 24 hours if you or your family have questions, as opposed to my CCS email, which I'll probably only be checking on work days since it requires me to log into my school laptop. I want to talk about an overview of Google Classroom, and specifically my Google Classroom, how I'm going to be running it this year. Next, I want to talk about how you'll be submitting work and how I do my grading. I grade on the mastery system, which means that if you submit an assignment and you're not happy with your grade, you can always rework that assignment and you'll keep the higher of the two grades. Other than a lack of effort, you shouldn't have any reason why you fail my class. As long as you keep reattempting the assignment, you can keep working on the assignment until your grade is up at the level you want it. I do accept late work as well as revised work all the way up to the 8th week every 9 weeks. The last week of the 9 weeks, I need to be putting in grades and finalizing grades, so I apologize. I won't be accepting late work at that point. Next, I want to talk about how I'm going to be instructing, how you'll be able to learn the mathematics behind what you're going to be expected to complete in my class, as well as how I'm going to be communicating with you and your family. Generally, all of this through Google Classroom or through my email. Again, mrblakenmath@gmail.com. Now we're here inside of Google Classroom. Google Classroom can be accessed by going to your browser, clicking the little cluster of Google Apps, and you'll notice if you haven't used it recently, it may not be at the top, but you can scroll down and find Classroom. Looks like a blackboard here. And it'll take you to your classroom with a list of classes. Here, I only have one class currently, so let's go back in there. The landing page of Google Classroom looks like a social media stream. You'll see all the recent things that have been posted in this stream. You can see things that are due soon, as well as if you want to see all of your assignments that your teachers posted, you can click the classwork tab up at the top. It'll show you by each of these topics what has been assigned and when it's due. If I've completed these assignments, these will change to submitted or graded. Finally, up here you can also click on people, and in a real classroom, you'll have other students here as well, but you can see your teacher's name as well as the entire class. Now let's go over how to explore and submit work in here. I'm going to go to the first post, which is at the bottom of the stream, Desmos 1 Land the Plane. Now these assignments can either be clicked through the stream, in the tab over here, or under classwork. Either way, this is the first one that was assigned, so let's go ahead and click Desmos Land the Plane. Now you may see instructions from your teacher and or their grading schema here. They may also have a rubric posted that'll show you how they grade. Either way, we need to make sure we submit this assignment so we can get a grade for it. Let's go ahead and click this link. Clicking that link will take us to a new tab, and if you've seen my Intro to Desmos video, you'll know that we're going to sign in with Google, since we're already signed into Google for our classroom. Now, make sure you have at least your first name and last initial, so your teacher knows who to give the grade to. So I've completed some of this activity before in Desmos, and you can see that in my Desmos video, but let's assume I've completed all of the tabs. For my Desmos video, you don't actually need to submit or save this, it's automatically saved. We're going to close this tab. So we're back in Classroom on that assignment page. Now, assuming we've completed the entire slide deck, we want to make sure we mark as done that activity. Since I didn't do any classwork in Google Classroom, I did it all on Desmos, I need to make sure my teacher knows that I'm done with this activity and that he can then grade it. So I'm going to click Mark as Done. Now if we go back to the landing page, and our assignments, you'll see that this is no longer pink. We have submitted that already, so our teacher needs to grade that. Let's jump forward in time.
Eternity later.
Our teacher has now graded that assignment. You'll notice when I go to my assignments, I can see not only if I turn this in, I now have a grade for it, as well as a comment. So I can click this assignment, and I can see that Mr. Blaken has given me a 3 out of 6. It says, please revise your equations and justify your slide 6. So if I go through and revise this, I can then view details and add comments to Mr. Blaken. Mr. Blagan will see that, and hopefully he'll regrade my work. Now, assuming I've revised my Desmos, hopefully my score will improve. I do grade for mastery. In other words, you can revise your work until you're happy with your grade. So that is submitting work as well as my grading policy. You can always improve your grade on things up to the last week of class. The last week of each 9 weeks, I will not accept late work because I need to be using that time to finalize grading as well as input grades into the gradebook. Any other time during the 9 weeks, I will accept late work and revisions. Let's move on to instruction and communication. Now, while I was transitioning back to this home screen of my classroom, I did get a notification on my phone that Mr. Blagan commented and graded my work. So speaking of communication, if you have your smart device, whether it be a tablet, a phone, or your Chromebook, logged into your CCS Gmail account, you should get updates whenever your teachers post in classroom, whenever they comment on your work, whenever they post an assignment, or whenever they grade an assignment. On the topic of communication, in addition to posting in my stream and giving comments on your assignments, I'm going to be posting grades in Infinite Canvas, which is accessible by both students and parents. You can always reach me at mrblaganmath@gmail.com if you'd like to email me and have any specific questions, or you can post on the stream. So when you post on the stream, everyone will be able to see this. Over here, as Mr. Blagan, I can respond to my students' questions. Mr. B, I don't know how to submit my Desmos work. Can you please check it? Over here on the teacher side, teachers can see comments from students and respond. As a student, you'll both get a notification as well as comments will pop up in the stream. Hopefully this has given you a brief overview of how to interact, communicate, and submit assignments within Google Classroom. Thank you so much for your time and attention. If you would be so kind, please subscribe with the icon below to my YouTube channel so that you can continue to receive updates, range of grade or policy information, as well as updates from what's going on in the school. Please feel free to comment below with any suggestions, concerns, or questions you have, and I'll try to respond on my YouTube channel on a daily basis. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye!